Folks, this is Kenny with Just the Right Angle coming at you live today. I'm not actually at any of these No Kings protests. I am sitting comfortably at home. I've decided to do a little quick report on what this is. Of course, today is actually Flag Day. Side note, it is also Trump's birthday. But the lefties who hate this country are trying to conjure up a bunch of protests across across the nation. These are planned across the state. I'm going to try to look to see if there's footage for it. It should have started soon. They're trying to portray Trump as some kind of, well, that's a king. This video tries to portray him as some kind of communist dictator, which is ironically what most of the people in this are. They're a combination of leftists, pro-illegal immigration folks, as well as a number of, guess what you would call just the LGBT agenda. And there's also the, there's pro-illegal immigration groups in this, and sometimes they cross over. Let me see if I can find actual video of this event. I'm on just Facebook looking to see. Most people, when they have these, they'll have a live stream. This is just a video. But I want to see. Let me see if I can find video of this. So there's a gathering here. I'll just say that. Look at the gathering here. Now, oddly enough, some will try to claim they're patriots. Here's another 1 minute one. This is primarily being funded by Walmart. Actually, by a Walmart heiress.
Okay.
Christy, I forgot her last name. Doesn't matter.
Definitely.
These protests are trying to give the illusion that somehow enforcing immigration law and not allowing the castrating of kids and indoctrination of children into the LGBT lifestyle is somehow bad. Yeah, these people think that they're somehow George Washington. What I don't know is if this will turn violent, if So there's a reel. Let me see if I can find some actual video. Here, let me try live. So supposedly Facebook hasn't found anything live. Doesn't mean there isn't. It's just that Facebook hasn't found any. So here we go. Here's a little bit of the protest. This is a hippie lady. They like to decorate their umbrellas for some reason. So this is the Broadway Bridge where they're gathering. It's already pretty hot out there. Again, these people try to cloak themselves as being patriots because they're standing against Trump or against the not indoctrination of children. I wonder if some of these were used at the abortion clinic. A lot of the abortion clinic, what they call, I believe it's volunteers or people that help take women from their car to the clinic to get their children murdered back when the clinic was open.
This is so beautiful.
They use rainbow umbrellas.
This is what it's all about. You know?
Yeah, these are leftover hippies.
Liberty and justice for all.
trying to instigate something. Now, again, Arkansas overwhelmingly voted for Trump, and if they knew what was going on within the Republican Party of Arkansas, they would vote conservative and kick out the Republican Party of Arkansas leadership. Republican Party of Arkansas leadership is a joke. They do nothing but try to hunt down conservatives, make up rules to kick them out. The Republican Summer Committee meeting is, by the way, on the 21st of June. There, they will try to already block some ruling that's been attempted. And so the Republican Party of Arkansas, like many other Republican parties, has no real answer to this. They don't want grassroots efforts. They try to stifle that, but that's just
Little Rock, Arkansas.
issue.
I'm proud of you.
And so in a free Palestine, which would absolutely do no good to Palestine because Palestinians, actually they're Western Jordanians, live far better. They usually have a job. Most of their jobs are in Israel. If Palestine were to be quote unquote free, it would turn into another failed state, just like the other Muslim countries. And of course, free Palestine means exterminate Israel, but they don't want to mention that. That doesn't sound as good. And again, it's a Saturday morning. It's a nice Saturday summer morning. There's other things going on, like the Pink Tomato Festival down in Warren, and there's probably some other gatherings. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people when you do something like this. But the reality is, the overwhelming
Hey there, Amberly.
Don't want this. They're sick of this kind of stuff. They voted against this. They voted for deportations. They voted for cutting stupid government programs. And so the left is once again trying to make a fake AstroTurf protest. This is still, by the way, not as large as the Tea Party protests at the state capitol. I know I was involved in the Tea Party protests. We had almost double the number, and those people work for a living. A lot of these people don't. Well, some of them do, but a lot of them don't. Oh boy, See, they try to cloak themselves in USA flag. Now they've kind of gotten the memo to try to look like they're patriotic. I mean, again, you can't be patriotic and free Palestine because we know Palestine, the leadership of so-called Palestine, have committed numerous attacks against Americans for years and decades. As a matter of fact, Muslims call America the Great Satan, while Israel the Little Satan. And you're not going to have justice in a free Palestine. You do not, lady, you do not want to go into Palestine.
Hey, Mom. Love you.
So let me see if I can find a live stream of the Little Rock protest. Looks like this lady's just going to stand up here with her umbrella all day. I'm not going to give a description or say anything. I guess they're going to probably start this just a while ago, so they've probably started their march by now. Okay, let me get away from the hippie lady, see if I can find some video of the No Kings Little Rock protest. Which is they're probably marching up Broadway Bridge, and maybe there is a walkway on Broadway Bridge, so there should be a live on it somewhere. Let me try YouTube, see if I can find a live of it anywhere. While we're looking at that, just to let you know, you can follow me at Just the Right Angle while I try to record and live stream events. I've recently filmed a broadcast, a presentation regarding the corruption within the Republican Party of Arkansas. And there I am on YouTube. Let me see if I can find. I'm trying to find one of these crazy lefties that are up there and seeing if they are. Well, that's one in Oklahoma. Here, let me. No Kings, Little Rock. I'm just trying to see if there is someone YouTubing this particular event. You'd think with all the phones there'd at least be someone in Little Rock. Oh, someone has a scanner. Let me listen on this. I don't hear any volume from here. No, that's a dud. Let me just try live streams of Little Rock. Maybe I can find that. No, and I already checked for traffic cameras. There's no traffic cameras in that area. We just don't have. They don't have any there. Let me try Little Rock. That's the problem is it is hard to find some of these examples of where these people are actually live streaming. I would think that they would try and make an effort to live stream, have at least one organization to actually live stream this. Let me see if Fun in Arkansas TV is doing it. No, they're not either. If you're going to be Fun in Arkansas and have it be a TV station, you would think you would have somewhere a live stream of the stupid protests. Let me see if Pax Christi, they did some partial videos, but they won't do any regular ones. Here we go, Democrat Party of Arkansas. Surely they have somebody there with a live. Actually, no, they're not your streets live now either. I know they have to do the protest pro tips. They have to, and make sure their protesters don't do anything wrong. We never had to do this with the Tea Party, by the way. People already knew this. So the ACLU has to put their tip there. So now, if someone in the crowd is doing something reckless, encourage them to stop. So now they know not to do riots. Which again, you don't have to do this when conservatives have an event, like when we had the open carry marches of the Tea Parties, because they already know this. But they have to tell the leftists this because leftists like to commit acts of violence. That's what happened. And even if you believe the narrative that the violence didn't start out after the National Guard showed up at the ICE protests in California, what does that say about them? you already know that, well, I mean, so they were a violent group and they somehow would have they were going to remain peaceful until the National Guard shows up. Doesn't make any sense. So you bring your American and Arkansas flags to look like you're patriotic. They have to tell them this. They have to inform this, because if they don't, they won't do it. And then they have a voter registration system. Keep your anger directed toward the elected leaders. We don't want to be in your movement. No, you don't have anything in common with the working class folks. And by the way, side note, calling out these people by name isn't going to change anything, because elected officials don't write the bills anyway. I got a text from someone. Anybody know anything about there's supposedly a riot breaking out the Tomato Festival at Warren last night? Oof. No, I don't know anything about the riot in Warren. I hope they didn't trash the Tomato Festival. That'd be a shame.
I'm more interested in one parade.
Let me see if I can find another live stream of this, something more than just a video. The thing I do hate is about Facebook, and you try to look for something, you just can't find it. Where is it? So here's another short video. They're not, I guess they're told not to do live. They're only supposed to do short videos and upload them. I think they've been instructed to do that. Because usually when you find these things, there's like half a dozen live videos. And again, this is the first leftist protest where they're including American flags. You usually do not see that. You saw where I showed earlier, they've been instructed to do that, to look patriotic. So let me see if there's any riots that have occurred from these protests anywhere here, anywhere else.
Yep. Except you're wrong.
So I don't show any message regarding the Pink Festival, anything going on there regarding any kind of riots. I'm not saying there isn't a that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I don't see anything posted about it.
Well, I'm just trying to find somebody. Like, you know,
Well, here's the parade. Here, I'll do a live stream of the parade. In this on a high note, because this should be a nice, real patriotic event, not this AstroTurf fake one that you see here. So here they are. They're getting ready to march. They're gonna march up and down the Broadway Bridge. So they may. I don't remember. I think the walkway allows you to go around the bridge without blocking traffic, because they know not to do that now. During the BLM protests, when Frank Scott Jr. joined in, they did block I-630, and that angered a lot of people. So, again, they know not to do that. Like I said, watch a little bit of this. By the way, if Trump were acting like any real king, none of this would ever happen. Kings don't allow these types of things. If you ever researched kings, they never allowed any type of thing. That's an old chant.
No peace! No peace! No peace!
No peace! No peace!
Okay, I'm going to skip that. Still doing that same chant. They'll sometimes do the same chant for a long time. Not to deport each other. Jesus something about deportation. By the way, Jesus never advocated for illegal immigration.
I don't see the stuff going on in LA. It's just a few blocks, really.
Hate will not make the USA great. Well, actually, there are some things you need to hate.
That's just the USA. No. Yes! Let's go, Arkansas.
My choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice.
So now they're doing a pro-abortion protest. So that's kind of the theme that for the No Kings thing. That's what they are. They're a bunch of leftists. It's just this time they're trying to cloak themselves in fake patriotism. They got a bunch of American flags, and they're trying to claim that they're the Americans. Now, what I'm going to do now is show you the Pink Tomato Festival and the parade that they're doing here. And this is an example of it. Here in Warren, Arkansas. And this is, again, just a little nice festival in a small town, or I guess to celebrate the picking of pink tomatoes. But notice how much more friendlier this will be. And I'll just leave this here so y'all can listen in. I'll switch the mic back to the
Is that illegal? Oh, Y'all ready? Hey, hold on, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
You got one? All right, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Jamie. They gonna be home. Woo! Give me one. Woo!
Give me one of them, man. Give me one of them, man.
That's how you want to see them there. That girl said she want me back up the field. Woo! Baby, he was mad. Hey, Kay! Hey, Kay! You just look. Yay!
All right, folks. Well, there's kind of an example of the Pink Tomato Festival Parade. I've posted a link so you can see the rest of that. This is an example of a real nice celebration of events, how real Americans like to celebrate. Just and not you can see the difference between that and the chanting of and the instructions by the ACLU and the other event. What I'll show you now is the military parade. It actually doesn't start until 6 p.m., but they'll have events 6-5 Central. But they do have some events. It's at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. It marks the United States Army's 250th birthday. And of course, it coincides with Trump's 79th birthday. And it'll have a wreath-laying ceremony, fitness competition, equipment displays, and military demonstrations. Right now, they're demonstrating some robots that'll be used in the military. So I'll switch over to this tab. off. And there you go. Normal people taking their kids out and doing this. You'll see this at like air shows too. A lot of military museums will have it as well. But anyway, this is how most Americans are enjoying the day. Of course, again, Flag Day is the 250th birthday of the U.S. Army. So I'll leave this up here for a little bit and then.
Who you with? Pardon me? Who you with? Company called Reuters. Reuters? No kidding. Please tell me you... I've heard of you. All right. You've been around a year or two. Let's just say that there aren't a lot of Americans that don't seem to know who Reuters is. Oh, yeah. AP Press, Reuters. I'm old school. I know it. They were the only. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not on a tripod, so I'm on a monopod. So I have to put it on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, the thing is, the thing is, there's really nothing else here to shoot. I know. Thank you for and put the camera on the ground.
You want to get something?
Thank you. And how? I'm fed up. I don't want to quit, but I'm fed up. Yes. Thank you. Like that.
In 10 minutes, we'll be doing the ceremony for the physical competition. That'll be starting in 10 minutes.
Okay, folks. So you can tell the difference between a real, genuine crowd and a leftist one. That's what I mainly wanted to do, was talk about the No Kings protest versus what most Americans are enjoying, which is the celebration of Flag Day, the celebration of the Army, the celebration of Principals Day, and enjoying the Saturday weekend. Folks, what I'll do is I'll try and do a broadcast later on about the military parade that's supposed to take place, and I'll report if there are any riots that break out anywhere else. But otherwise, just follow me at Just the Right Angle. Keep Arkansas Legal on YouTube. More video. Y'all have a great day.